highway revenues $27,137.68 for a total of $45,787.36. For tonight, pretty much stuff we've done in the past, standard stuff for the beginning of summer. A lot of it has to do with our summer recreation, which we're looking forward to again this year. Proud to say, and looks like a go for One World Trade Center Plaza for the first field trip, and then Zoom Flume for the second field trip. So it would be nice to go visit the tower on what's going to be the 20th anniversary of 9/11. So, aside from that, we have a 4th of July parade, which I'm sure Joyce can elaborate upon. We also have bids coming in for a new ambulance, which Rich and the deputy chief will review for completeness to make sure that whatever vehicle is being spec'd out actually fits within the bays of the garages that we have, and fits what needs to be done. Once recommended, then we'll look at finance options and go to build from there on whatever's recommended. We have a number of vehicles to auction off. Sadly, again, the Blazer we were using, the motor seized last week, so that's now going to be added to the auction. We're running out of vehicles here, and we need to trade these in and see what we can get. The ambulance is unique. We're just going to put it on the auction block, see what we can get in return, because we know that at least one or two of the manufacturers had offered us a purchase for the ambulance, but if we can beat that on an auction, we'll obviously take the higher price. There's a resolution for purchasing dog park equipment, which Kevin can elaborate on. And lastly, we have a resolution in support of Bel Air Mountain for funding. Order this year in their capital budget received $103.3 million for capital expenditures. My mouth is so dry. Of that, $3 million was allocated to Bel Air for capital expenditures. It's a little off by our standard. We're not asking for a third of what they got, because obviously we know that there's a large university game that's coming there in 2 years up in Lake Placid, so they do need a lot of capital for some infrastructure. But $3 million is what we consider a slap in the face to Bel Air and to our community. So we have a resolution tonight asking the state to really look at the allocations within ORDA, and for ORDA to start communicating with us better as to what's going on up there, because we've had several instances even recently regarding events that go on up there, things that go on up there. We're getting last minute notice, and the community would like to be aware of these things before they actually happen. So that's the final resolution we have tonight. With that, I'll turn it over to Joyce.
It's like they're not even in our town.
It's
Right.
wholly
Yeah.
in the town too.
Yeah. Okay, so tomorrow here at the town hall, we have our COVID vaccine clinic. The last one was really busy. It was nice. Tomorrow, June 8th, you're gonna get the Pfizer first or second shot, plus the 1-dose J&J. Ulster County Health Department will be here from noon to 7. Please enter at the front door. You can just walk in. The Phoenicia Library is having their annual plant sale Saturday, June 12th, 9 to noon at the gazebo on Route 214 off Main Street, Phoenicia. The community yard sale is outdoors at the Phoenicia Fish and Game on Sunday, June 13th. If you'd like to be a vendor, you can call Tammy at 914-388-1065. Okay, pay attention. Next week is the annual town metal pickup. Next week. Sunday,
When is
June
it, Joyce?
13th. Oh my God.
When
it's
is
the
that?
most asked question in my office. Okay, so we're gonna send out an alert on Friday. Everybody signed up on our alert system. Metal only, have the metal out by the road on Sunday, June 13th. Pickup will start in High Mount from Monday to Thursday and work their way down. So High Mount has to be on the ball. Phoenicia Playhouse is going to have a performance of Our Town outdoors June 18th, 19th, 25th, and 26th. Tickets, call 845-688-2279 or online at phoeniciaplayhouse.com. And Big Indian Park will have the 36th annual car show on Sunday, June 27th. And the July 4th parade this will be our third one in recent times. All are welcome to participate. There's a cash prize for the best float. It's going to be Sunday, 11 a.m. on July 4th, and they're going to line up at the Phoenicia School. Please call Vinnie Bernstein if you'd like to be in it. His number is 845-688-5560. That's it. Pretty busy.
With that, we'll move on to committee reports. Chief Mulalali.
Good evening.
Good evening.
May 2021 report for the town of Shandaken ambulance. The total calls received is 27. We did not go mutual aid, and we did not receive mutual aid. Seems that now more than ever our roads are becoming more congested as the weather becomes pleasant and everyone has a terrible case of cabin fever. Historically, we see an increase in auto accidents starting every April and lasting through the summer. This year has been no exception. Whether it's a minor fender bender or a serious accident will certainly ruin your day, quite possibly somebody else's. Please stay attentive while driving. As much as it may be difficult with the scenery and as much as you want to shuffle your tunes on your phone, since you can't talk on it, keep your eyes on the road and drive with regards to others. Speaking of driving, tonight we opened bids for a new ambulance to replace an aging vehicle that has served our town extremely well. Ambulances are not cheap, and rest assured that the committee involved in specifying the new ambulance have painstakingly held the line with unnecessary expenditures. As lives literally depend on the reliability and functionality of our fleet, emphasis on length of service, safety, and warranty have been the focus of the specifications outlined. Hopefully, a bidder will fulfill all those points without exception. It is expected that this ambulance will serve the town for the next 10 plus years. In regards to COVID, as of 6/4, there were 44 active cases of COVID in Ulster County, which is great news. An all-time low since the start of the pandemic. There are no cases, 0 cases, in the town of Shandaken at this time. And only 10 of the 21 townships in Ulster County can currently say that. Total cumulative cases in the town since the beginning of the pandemic have reached 113, with all recovered. To date, we still have no fatalities, and yet again, we are only one of 5 towns in Ulster County that have been that fortunate. Denning, Hardenburg, Olive, Shandaken, and the town of Kingston. Total cumulative cases in the county have reached 15,174, with a total of, unfortunately, 263 fatalities. 14,867 cases have successfully recovered. All of that being said, keep doing what you're doing and stay strong, Shandaken. As Governor Cuomo adopted the CDC guidance on mask use and social distancing for fully vaccinated individuals in May, and over 52% of New Yorkers are vaccinated, you may see many welcome smiles around your hamlet this summer. Understand, however, that business operators and building operators or building owners may require all individuals to wear a face covering and may deny admittance to those who do not comply. Just be sure to look for a conspicuously posted sign on our businesses requiring masks and respect their established rules. It's as simple as that. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Building and zoning. Howard.
I gave everyone a copy of the report. So, 24 building permits in May, 5 flood plain permits, which puts us up to about 15 for the year. 41 building inspections, 1 fire inspection, 1 certificate of occupancy, and 11 certificates of compliance, 1 stop work order, 2 violation letters, and income was $9,818. I also want to point out that I put a sample SDR application checklist for people to look at, and this is the starting place. I think these are the important issues. At least a place to start. And I don't know if it's the right time, but I would like to issue an unsafe building notice on a building on 25 Academy Street, Pine Hill. I can't post it without town board approval. So it's something that would have to come up in July as town board meeting. And the town would have to, the video say it's an issue.
Is that something we can do by motion?
Yes, you can. But I can't post it without town board approval.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I
Yeah, we could do it by motion.
Did you give him a 30-day notice? Did you give him any kind of notice to say, if 30 days,
That's what it says in
The notice.
but we have to make the action to force that action to happen?
well, when you okay me issuing the
Unsafe structure?
you have 30 days to remedy that
Oh,
by either repairing, removing, or structurally repairing and boarding up the building.
yeah. Did you talk to Eric about this specific structure?
I talked to Eric about it, no, it's 25 Academy Street.
He's
No
familiar with
house
it.
The porch that's caving in.
Porch, it's got the 2x4s holding it up that's sitting on the town road,
It's been like that for 3 years.
so.
Too many.
Yeah, I'm trying to look through and see. Town budget determined. Particulars of which buildings safe or dangerous. An order outlining particulars in which the building is to be made safe and secure and demolished.
You'll notice in the pictures right next to it.
And actually, it gives them 30 days to commence, 60 days to rectify.
Okay.
So,
But it's only like 5 feet away from the structure next door. And, you know, it'd be an object of interest to kids. And if it ever caught on fire, you take out that little.
Now-
immediately.
this may have to wait, because I'm just curious. It says here, a date and time and place for a hearing
Yes.
before the town board in relation to such dangerous or unsafe building, which hearing shall be scheduled no less than 7 calendar days from the date of service of the notice. The problem is that we basically need to know the date you're gonna serve it, so we can make the no, I gotta talk to the attorney, because that's just silly. Like, we have a 10-day requirement for notices for board meetings unless it's an emergency. You know, this constitute an emergency, it's an unsafe structure, but I'm just questioning the 7 days. I don't have a problem. I'm in full agreement with you. I mean, I know the structure.
Yeah, honestly, this is the first time I've done this, so.
Well, the hotel in Pine Hill was an unsafe structure, and that just fell down, and nobody even knew what was,
There's another one.
and it just collapsed without any notice. And I was there the day before, I could have been like killed from taking a picture or something, but I had
Yeah,
to.
and it wasn't very much snow that we had when it came.
No, there was a little snow, yeah.
There's another structure in the lower part of town, Missy Weeks used to have.
Yes,
And
that was
they
bought by
had
somebody,
purchased that.
yeah,
With intention.
yeah.
But the question remains to me as to how do we as board handle that? To know that in order for us to convene, we have to give a 10-day notice.
So we talked about that, but I just.
I mean, like, I wish I had known about it today coming here, but, because I could have called Larry or somebody and asked him just to, you know, because I'm curious if we can say, upon issuance of whatever that date is, we'll convene 7 days from that date.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you this so that, you know, you can figure out how to do this.
Yeah, I think we gotta wait on this, because again, the more I'm thinking about it, if it's a hearing and somebody really wants to push back, they may show up here with an engineer and all these things and have all this technical data that we're not gonna be able to answer.
Right.
So we might, it sounds like a hearing. So we may have to postpone it to next month, but I'm not in disagreement with
I
you.
suggest you all drive up and take a look at it.
I think we're all familiar
I
with the
think we're
property.
Why can't we
quite
do a
familiar and,
Rob, why can't we do a resolution based on your talk with the attorney to see if we can have one ready, if it can go through quicker?
Okay,
Can we do it that way?
all right.
And then
I'm
it'll
trying to
be
think how to
ready
word it.
for Howie if, after, you know, If not, then we have to go through the whole process.
I mean,
whatever
is
it
everybody
says.
familiar with the bill, with the structure?
Yeah, I know exactly what it is.
So
Yeah.
I
So
don't think
motion was
anybody's.
made to,
So, yeah, once we get to motions, we'll
all right,
take
what's the
care of it.
address again? 20?
It-
25.
25 Academy.
The front door is ajar. Windows upstairs are starting to break, fall, and the house can easily be accessed. So if I can beg the board's forgiveness, I'd like to, well, I apologize for not making the special meeting the other night. The special circumstance came up, I couldn't make it. But one of the things you were addressing is about how to handle the new applications. And so this is my last minute suggestion, take it for what it's worth. I think we should hire a new secretary. And her job would be to answer the phone, type up all the certificates of comp, and do all of that secretarial stuff that Sarah is doing now. And also, she would type out the building permits and things like that, which I spend 50% of my time at a typewriter. And I'm pretty good at a guitar, but at a typewriter, I'm terrible. So I would suggest, and I thought maybe as an incentive, we could offer like a single parent hourly job, so that there would be some forgiveness for childcare. You know, that's, the job doesn't pay very much, and I think we posted the job months ago, and I think we posted in Freeman. I don't know.
Online, yeah, no, yeah.
Maybe we need to look at some other avenues.
Well, the other thing, Howie, is that now that kids are going back to school again, there might be, that might free up some parents, you know.
Plus,
Yeah,
we
sometimes
could
it
do
works, but
remotely
sometimes
too.
kids are in.
Well,
breaks.
again, I think, it's not a bad suggestion, but I think, you know, again, following our conversation at the meeting that night, I think that's kind of getting ahead of where we're at right now. But yeah, enforcement is on the forefront. How are we gonna handle the enforcement moving forward? How it's gonna be, you know, divvied up and all this? But we will certainly take that in consideration.
Okay, and my next suggestion, that, we would establish, a role of a building and zoning coordinator, which would be Sarah's job. And she would be responsible just for handling the ZBA, the, planning board, and the SDR applications.
Again, that's going to enforcement, and we can discuss that as we move along.
These are just my suggestions. Okay. And then my role would be doing site inspections, fire and safety inspections, which I admitted would say this town is really lacking on. And I just don't have time to do it, and people don't respond. Last year, March, we sent out letters saying that March would be Fire Safety Month. Dozens and dozens and dozens of letters we sent out, we got about 5 responses. And also to do plan reviews, which I have very little time to do now. Usually I look at the plan, I approve it, and then I called out for an inspection. I gotta pull the plan out of the file.
Again, that's an ongoing problem, Howie, that we've had trying to get a part-time person up there to assist you on inspections,
Well,
zoning
these other
issues, things like that.
Things
So,
would happen, that would free me up a lot of time.
yeah.
You know, the state is really cracking down on the energy code now, and also fire and safety inspections. And, I was a little embarrassed about when I put the annual report in, how little we did for fire inspections. There's just no time for it. Unfortunately, you know, that fire up on Gooding Road, I looked at that house, they did cosmetic work on the house.
Thank you. Police?
Yep, Chad couldn't make it tonight. There was a total of 141 calls, 29 summons, 6 arrests.
Thank you. Phoenicia Water? Nothing new as far as I know, and Mr. Riccadella's not here. Pine Hill Water, I will say that we had one applicant for the position, for Donnie's position. Again, Donnie's retiring at the end of September as the commissioner for the Pine Hill Water District. We have one applicant. Donnie's reviewing his application, make sure everything's there, but it's somebody local, somebody solid, I think, and they've got the certifications for water tests and such, and we'll probably bring it up next month. Donnie'd like to bring the person in probably next month, maybe the month after, whatever he decides, and he said that he'd be willing to like split the pay with them while so he can train them for the next 2 months into what needs to be done and what's necessary, and then at that
So
time,
we can just shadow.
yeah, and just shadow him and see what he's doing.
Good idea.
So for that, for 2 months, again, we'll see. So, again, I can talk to you about the application downstairs, but we're not ready to make a decision just yet. That's why I don't want to put the name out publicly, so. Right? Museum?
May 2021. With businesses slowly reopening, we've had 42 visitors this month. Masks are still required and enforced, and no one has come in ill, no fevers. Social distancing is also still being implemented. Also, only 1 to 2 groups can visit at a time, depending on the size of the group. I've asked our public to send in information regarding their business, i.e. business cards, rack cards, pamphlets, to give us an idea of who's here in 2021. Historically, this period in time will prove quite significant. I hope this collection of history for the future will be an accurate representation of these trying times. I will continue to share history on Facebook. It seems to be reaching more people this way, which may account for our increased visitor numbers for this time of year, besides the quarantining making people want to get out. Stay safe, stay strong. Kathleen Myers, Director.
Thank you. Recreation?
So this month, we are moving forward with the replacement of the dog park fence. We opened up donations to start fundraising last week. In a little under a week, we've already made around $3,000 from our locals donating. We had one pretty outstanding donation and a couple of business donations. Phoenicia Rotary has graciously made a donation and also helped us out with kind of structuring our fundraising. So they've been a massive help to us. In addition to that, we are going to be installing our 3-hole disc golf course in Big Indian Park later in the month.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
If it
hopefully.
arrives.
Yeah, but we have somebody
Still on
lined up
back order.
to plan that out and install. So that's pretty exciting. Other than that, we are still seeking a park manager for Parish Field. So if there's any interested volunteers out there, feel free to call Town Hall or email me personally. That's about it, I think.
Is anything ever gonna happen with the skateboarding park?
Yeah, so we've just recently started meeting. Obviously, there was a little bit of turnover with Marty Gales leaving. Gail Alba took over the position of Parks and Rec chair, so we are finally getting our feet underneath us. I have a volunteer who has stepped up. She has kids around the Pine Hill area, and she wants to help us with grant writing to fund that project. It's still very much in the mind, at least for the Pine Hill 2020 committee and for the residents. So we're still moving forward with it, and I still have the plans if anybody ever wants to see the rendering. You're welcome.
Very good. With that, we'll move on to public comments and resolutions. Mrs. Rice?
A question, what is this new line, Shandaken Maintenance District, is that what that is?
Yep.
Yeah. Is that on yours?
Nope.
It's not on mine.
It's not
It's
on
on
ours.
yours?
What?
I don't have it on mine.
It's not on ours.
Yeah, I have it.
Your line is
Yeah, she
Shandaken?
puts it on.
Oh, on the
First
on the-
one.
Yeah,
oh,
to
on
pay the
first-
bills,
okay.
yeah, the bills when they
Oh,
go
okay.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's septic maintenance district. Sorry. Any other questions on resolutions? Are you satisfied now? That was, you figured it out. You got to the bottom of it. All right, moving on to motions. We do have one member of the ambulance is requesting a leave of absence for 6 months from the EMT position, part-time EMT position, moving down to driver part-time while they get their research done. So that'd be Felicity Yeager. So I'd like to make a motion that we basically demote temporarily Felicity Yeager from part-time EMT to part-time driver with the salary to concur with that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
For 6 months or just
6 months. 6 months leave of absence.
to part-time driver now?
And with that, we'll move on to resolutions.
Sure.
Resolution 7821, resolution to pay all bills.
What?
No, I thought we were gonna make a motion about something else. Did that not
Oh,
happen?
the other one.
Well, we'll do that at the end.
The 25.
Yeah.
Oh.
Academy
We're in
Street.
motion,
Oh, I'm
so might
sorry.
as well do it now.
My apologies. Okay, I forgot.
That's okay.
Yeah, I twisted it up. Also make a motion that if the
Pending.
town board is in agreement to issue the unsafe building
Factory.
notice, and give the okay to the building department, if we can get concurrence from the town's attorney regarding timeline. And you know what, again, I'm back on, wait, I thought we were gonna wait till next month on that.
No, we said,
Because we said we might need an attorney and somebody to know everything about this building before they walk in. In 7 days, we're not gonna gather that. Like, I'm not gonna be able to call an attorney and an engineer and have them go and look at the building in a week. That's not gonna happen. It's just physically not gonna happen.
I call Larry's office and discuss it, I just wanted to prepare you all.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm prepared for full pushback on this. I'm ready. Like, we need to be prepared for it, so,
So let's table it for next.
you know,
Does
it's
that-
been there for how many years? I hate to say
Public
30
hearing or
days
just a
is,
hearing?
hopefully,
who gets sued if it falls down and hurts somebody?
the owner.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, if you look at the pictures, the beam supporting the porch is already fractured, posts gone.
I understand that, but I'm looking at the best interest legally for the town. I don't want us to come here to unprepared to a hearing and then have to follow through on a decision where we can't even defend it because they've got everybody in their pocket right there telling you all the data and we've got nobody. So that's all I'm saying is that I think we just hold off until July 7th, do the issuance, then we'll have everything in accord and you issue it in July.
Well, I think it's structured very well, because it shouldn't be up to a building inspector to suddenly declare a building unsafe.
Like I said, it might be even just a phone call before we follow through on this too. Had that happen
Phone call about this matter?
to this person?
No, no.
Okay, maybe we should do that first.
Well,
While we're looking at, I'm still gonna look at this,
Yeah.
and we'll bring this up in July. I'm just saying, a phone call sometimes
well.
helps.
I've ticketed, the owner on several issues, and it's, the issue is that there are, he has worked with Tom Cruchet, and I have known, Mike Miranda for ages. So they both deferred from taking the case. So about 2 years ago, it was sent to, county court, and I haven't heard anything about it coming on. So that was not this building, this was another issue. So,
Okay, but that's in a court system where attorneys are involved. We're not attorneys, we're not,
I understand.
that's what I'm saying, I'm just saying, we postpone till next month.
Yeah,
So I'm saying, I'm hesitant about doing this motion.
you know, I met with him about the other issue that he was ticketed on, and,
I think it's worth a phone call and say, hey, you know, whatever it is, man, it doesn't hurt, make the phone call and say, I reached out to you and gave you an opportunity.
But if we notice enough time, you can have the hearing at the next meeting. Or
We
do
can
you
set it
wanna
up.
vote on having a hearing? See what I'm saying? If you do it 10 days in advance, just like a special meeting, if there's any kind
I
of
don't wanna
hearing.
do it at the town board meeting, you don't wanna have the hearing here.
Oh, you don't have to have a
Who
public hearing?
knows how long it's gonna go for?
It's not a public hearing?
It's a
just
public
hearing?
meeting and a public can attend, it doesn't have to be at a town board meeting.
All right.
I'm looking out for the town's best interest. If other board members wanna move through and make a
I'm
motion
fine
on this,
tabling it.
I think
I'm
we should
fine
wait.
holding off till July and just checking out what we gotta do.
I did speak to him, I misspoke, but I did speak to him about the building. I spoke to him about the other issue. And he said, well, we were trying to jack it up and it started to crack, and so, yeah, that was probably a year ago. So nothing has been done about it.
So, okay, well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, so I'm looking at your recommendations here. One of them is possible just boarding up. So which is better? Should it be torn down or should it be boarded up?
I hate to be the guy who had to go in that building and board it up.
Okay, but again, I'm getting back to, this gentleman is gonna come possibly with an engineering study and say, we think if we strap it up, we can get it to stand if we just take the front porch off of it and board it
Well,
up.
that's my suggestion, is to take the front porch off
Okay,
and board up the structure.
now they, as you said, you were scared about going up there to board up the place. Is it because you think the whole structure is unstable?
Foundation is falling apart.
Okay, so now we order them to board it up and call it safe, and it falls. Who's responsible now?
Well, I would recommend that it be taken down, but I think I'd have to do a little more science.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. I just want to take a month. Let's breathe. We just got this handed. I know it's been an issue for you. When I jogged, I used to jog past this house all the time. It's been up for years. It's been sitting like that literally for a decade or more.
Along with
At
7 or 8
least.
other properties that he owns the same way.
Yeah. So
So-
I'm just saying, my suggestion is make a phone call or a letter, at least. We can work on our end and figure that if there is no recourse, if he's done nothing to improve upon the situation, by the time we get to our next board meeting, then the town board takes our action at that next town board meeting in July.
Well,
And that gives them 7 days to really get it together.
just check out in the picture where the two houses are like 5 feet apart from each other.
Okay.
I think there's a certain urgency there to make something. I'm just proposing to start on this.
So is everybody okay with waiting until July?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, resolutions.
Resolution 7821, resolution to pay all bills. Whereas the Department of Audit Control require town boards to sign and inspect all vouchers coming into the town for payment to number and total amounts from each fund. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board authorize the following vouchers paid. General, $127,710.09. From Highway, $9,592.83. Venetia Water, $27,980.45. Pine Hill Water, $231,299.16. Venetia Lights, $1,062.87. Chichester Lights, $160.38. Pine Hill Lights, $598.75. Shandaken Septic, SMD, $21,609.02 for a grand total of $376,054.81, and I move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Discofani?
Yes.
Board Member Singh?
Yes.
Board Member Storm?
Yes.
Board Member Van Blarkum?
Yes.
Supervisor Dowd?
Yes.
Resolution 7921, resolution to auction obsolete vehicle and equipment. Whereas the town of Shandaken has identified several pieces of equipment that he has deemed obsolete, and whereas the town would like to offer the vehicle and equipment up for auction, and whereas the following vehicle and equipment have been identified as obsolete. What's the matter? 3 town vehicles, town police and ambulance, highway vehicle and equipment, full list available on request. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board hereby authorized to place the above-mentioned items up for bid through auction. The town of Shandaken reserves the right to accept or deny any sale price and move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Discofani?
Yes.
Board Member Singh?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Board Member Van Blarkum?
Yes.
Supervisor Dowd?
Resolution 8021, resolution accepting ambulance vehicle bids and authorizing finance options. Whereas the Town of Shandaken Ambulance Department advertised for bids for a replacement vehicle following the town board meeting on May 3rd, 2021. And whereas bids were received at the town clerk's office, Shandaken Town Hall, 7209 Route 28, P.O. Box 67, Shandaken, New York, 12480, no later than 3 p.m. on Monday, June 7th, with bids to be opened at the town board meeting on the same date at 7 p.m. Therefore, be it resolved that the Town of Shandaken Town Board accept the following bids.
We have one bid from Northeastern Rescue Vehicles, 10 White Park Drive, Syracuse, New York. Total sale price, $167,675. You got that right? You want to just take it and give it back to me, or
What's that?
give it back to me when you're done?
Sure.
I guess there's not gonna be a lot of back and forth on that one. You're still gonna review it, make sure it's full. Be it further resolved, the town of Shandaken, be it further resolved, the town ambulance chief and deputy chief review the specifications and make a recommendation to the board. Be further resolved, the town board of Shandaken authorize the town supervisor to investigate all finance options available and file any necessary paperwork in order to pursue said financing and move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member DeSclafani?
Yes.
Board Member Steen?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Board Member Van Blarkum?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Yes.
Resolution 81-21, resolution appointing summer recreational personnel. Whereas under section 20, notes of decision 9 of the town law, the town board shall appoint all employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board of the town of Shandaken appoints the following personnel. Manuela Jean Pereira, summer rec director, $650 weekly. Justin Bleidenberg, assistant director, $500 weekly. Gabriel Harp, recreational specialist, $450 weekly. For the purpose of coordinating and managing the town of Shandaken summer recreation program to run from Wednesday, July 7th, 2021 through and including Friday, August 13th, 2021. And I move its adoption.
Second?
Board Member DeSclafani?
Yes.
Board Member Steen?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Board Member Van Blarkum?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Yes.
Resolution number 82-21, resolution authorizing contract with UCAT. Whereas the town of Shandaken summer recreation program runs from Wednesday, July 7th, 2021 through and including Friday, August 13th, 2021, whereas the Ulster County Area Transit, UCAT, system has provided us with the required daily transportation for the camp participants and counselors excluding field trip dates, Wednesday, July 28th and Wednesday, August 11th, 2021. Therefore, be it resolved that the Town of Shandaken Town Board authorize the town supervisor to enter into agreement with UCAT in order to provide said transportation for those dates for program participants and employees, and move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member DeSclafani?
Yes.
Board Member Steen?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Board Member Van Blarkum?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Yes.
Resolution 83-21, resolution authorizing contract for use of Bel Air Beach for Shandaken Summer Recreation Day Camp. Whereas the town of Shandaken operates a summer recreation day camp for the benefit of its residents, whereas the camp will operate daily from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. on Wednesday through Friday from July 7th, 2021 through August 13th, 2021. And whereas the Bel Air Day Use Area Beach is a local attraction that annually hosts our camp, and whereas the Olympic Regional Development Authority, ORDA, currently operates the beach. Therefore, be it resolved that the Town of Shandaken Town Board authorize the town supervisor to enter into agreement with the ORDA to operate the camp at the beach for the 2021 summer season. And I move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member DeSclafani?
Yes.
Board Member Steen?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Board Member Van Blarkum?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Yes.
Resolution 84-21, resolution advertising for transportation bids for summer recreation program field trips. Whereas the town of Shandaken summer recreation program will be taking 2 field trips during the coming season, therefore be it resolved that the town of Shandaken Town Board advertise transportation bids for the following field trips. 2 buses for round trip to and from One World Trade Center, New York City, New York, Wednesday, July 28th, 2021. 2 school buses for round trip to and from the Zoom Flume, Durham, New York, Wednesday, August 11th, 2021. All bids must be received by July 5th, 2021 at 3 p.m. at the Town Clerk's Office, Shandaken Town Hall, 7209 Route 28, Shandaken, New York, 12480, to be awarded at the Town Board meeting that night at 7 p.m. and move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Steen?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Board Member Van Blarkum?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Resolution 8521, resolution to purchase dog park equipment, whereas the town of Shandaken owns and operates a dog park at Glenbrook Park in Shandaken. And whereas the town has identified the need to make repairs to fencing and other accessories within a dog park, whereas the town has estimated the cost for the equipment to be replaced, including new fencing, post, gate, shed, canine cleanup, and agility equipment. Therefore be resolved, the town board of Shandaken approve the purchase of said equipment not to exceed $4,000 and move its adoption.
Second.
Shed should not be included in there.
Yes.
Not
Shed
in
is,
there?
shed is not included in there.
Yeah.
Just,
Board Member
that's
DeScalani?
fencing alone.
I took that out.
Yes.
Board Member Steen?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Board Member Van Blarkum?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Yes.
Resolution 86-21, resolution to reappoint temporary assessor, whereas under section 20 of the town law, the town board shall designate all appointed officers and employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that the following personnel be appointed as temporary assessor for a 3-month period. Brian Grant. I move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Steen?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Board Member Van Blarkum?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Yes.
Resolution number 8721, resolution supporting 4th of July parade. Whereas July the 4th is a national holiday celebrating the birth of our nation and our independence, and whereas the town of Shandaken has always been supportive of community events that bring us together to celebrate, and whereas the community is again coordinating a 4th of July parade for 2021, therefore be it resolved, the town board of Shandaken supports the 4th of July parade to be held Sunday, July 4th at 11 a.m. on Main Street, Phoenicia, New York. All are welcome to attend and participate, and move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member DeScalani?
Yes.
Board Member Steen?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Board Member Van Blarkum?
Yes.
Supervisor Stanley?
Yes. Resolution 8821, resolution supporting increase of capital funding for Bel Air Mountain from the Olympic Regional Development Authority. Whereas Bel Air Mountain Ski Center and Beach, Bel Air, are located wholly within the town of Shandaken, Ulster County, New York. And whereas Bel Air was established through New York State constitutional amendment for the purpose of economic development and has been the linchpin of the region for almost 75 years. Bel Air is not only a lifeline of our economy, it sustains the cultural and community identities here, and everyone who lives and works in this region relies on its success either directly or indirectly. And whereas currently operations of Bel Air fall under the auspices of the Olympic Regional Development Authority, or ORDA, in Lake Placid, New York, which operates 3 alpine ski facilities, Bel Air, Gore, and Whiteface Mountains, as well as a number of other Olympic venues in and around Lake Placid. And whereas the town of Shandaken Town Board understands there are needs to be met at other facilities, and especially in Lake Placid, prior to the 2023 University Games, and the need for infrastructure improvements at many of these locations, and the $103+ million in capital funding from New York State for ORDA is a step in the right direction, we question the allocation within ORDA to its facilities, though, specifically Bel Air. And whereas a recent article in the Mid-Hudson News defined plans for next year at Bel Air as follows: a total of $2 million would be applied toward upgrades of snowmaking equipment, $1 million for facility improvements, and $125,000 for expanded summer programming. If accurate, this approximate $3 million investment represents 2.3% of the overall allocation to ORDA in the 21-22 budget. And whereas Bel Air's future determines our future, and right now it seems that the economic outlook for both Bel Air and the region are being compromised, therefore be it resolved, the town of Shandaken Town Board formally requests the following. 1, New York State to investigate the allocations of funds proposed within ORDA. 2, ORDA to explain the reasoning behind the allocation disparity and be held accountable for not maintaining communication with the local communities where they operate, especially Bel Air. And 3, for order to work toward opening lines of communications with the local communities to look into co-beneficial projects like mountain biking, rail trails, and etc. Be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be sent to the following: Governor Andrew Cuomo, New York State Senator Oberacker, New York State Assemblyman Cahill, Ulster County Executive Pat Ryan, Ulster County Legislative Chair Dave Donaldson, Ulster County Legislator John Parity, Kelly Cummings, the Chair of the ORDA Board of Directors, and Mike Pratt, the CEO of ORDA. And with this, I move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Discofani.
Yes.
Board Member Steen.
Yes.
Board Member Storm.
Yes.
Board Member Van Blarkum.
Yeah.
Supervisor Sandler.
Yes.
Well done, Rob.
Open public comment.
I have a question.
Yes, Mrs. Rice.
When did you change summer camp from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
Last year, during the pandemic, Bel Air was closed during Mondays and Tuesdays for cleaning or something. This year, the only day they're closed during the week is gonna be Tuesdays. So we're pretty much stuck with Wednesday through Friday.
Going back to that open line of communication.
Yeah, we found that out by going to the website after I sent, I don't know, 2 emails at least saying, what are your dates to be open for the lake? So that's what we're talking about, communication lines.
Are we still supplying all the ambulance service to Bel Air?
We have to. We legally have to. It is within the town of Shandaken.
But I would suggest that we look into, well, if we receive any correspondence in regards to that, I would suggest we restart that conversation with Warda in regards to their appropriations to.
Well, let's see if we can get the state to look at where they're spending their money first. Let's start that. There's some things that need to be done. Whatever. Open up communications, please. So, any other open public comments? If there's nothing, we'll move on to meeting adjournment. This is a,
Wow,
yeah.
so many.
I'm aghast at the number of people I have to read off for this month. It's just sad how many people we lost in our community in the month of May. So I'd like to adjourn the meeting in memory of Mark J. Chiaffi, Nicandro DeCunta, Johanna Estes, Sidney J. Ford, Barbara Ellen Mackey Ford, Bill Landsman, Charles Lishnoff, Vincent Sardone, Richard Shadle, and Pauline Voss. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, that was quite and a lot of big names for the community.
I've never seen that.
I mean,
Yeah, you too.
I will.